Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel. If you are new, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are just going to be continuing the How to Better Yourself series, and we are on episode 2. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about the difference between negative traits and flaws and how to improve your negative traits. So if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, you might as well click that subscribe button below, because these episodes are going to get good. We are going to get down to stuff that we really need to be discussing as people. So yeah, so if you want to see more, be sure to click that subscribe button below, and let's get into this video. Alright you guys, so in episode 1 I talked about how to get your mind prepared to have a positive mindset and what you should do in the morning. So if you guys haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. I'll have a card up above and I will have it linked in the description box down below. So alright you guys, so I know we all want to act like we're perfect and there's nothing wrong with us and it's always somebody else and we never do nothing wrong, but that is definitely not true. We all have flaws, whether we recognize them or not. We definitely do have flaws, and don't feel bad if you have flaws, because everyone have them. We're nowhere near perfect, and flaws are just a part of our imperfections. So I do have a quote that I want to share with you guys, and it just says, "I myself am made entirely of flaws stitched together with good intentions." So yeah, so I think that is an amazing quote, because even though we all have flaws, we still have good intentions. So in today's video, I'm just going to discuss how to recognize the difference between a flaw and a negative trait, and how to improve your negative traits. So usually when people call people out on things that they do, or when someone may call you out on what you do, the first excuse you're gonna say is probably everyone have flaws, which is true. Like, we all have flaws, but everything is not a flaw. Some stuff is just negative traits. So to me, a flaw is an imperfection, and a negative trait is something that's negative, that is either inherited or learned. Alright you guys, so to me, a flaw is an imperfection, and a negative trait is something that is negative, and it may be something that you inherited or learned. So I'm going to give you an example. So for me, one of my flaws can be that sometimes I'm like overly sensitive. Like, somebody can say something to me and it can just like tick me off, or like I can get upset real fast, and that is just a flaw that I have. Like, I'm just overly sensitive at times. Like, I'm not gonna say I can't help it, but it's just something that happens. And a negative trait would be, let's say someone made me upset, or you know, I'm just being overly sensitive and I lash out. Like, that's a negative trait. Like, I feel like anything that is uncalled for or could have been avoided, that is a negative trait. And one thing that we have to learn to do is be real with ourselves. Like, we can't be real with other people if we're not real with ourselves. So if I'm doing something and I feel like, you know, it's a negative trait or it's just not right, usually I'll call myself out on it. I'm like, okay, that could have been avoided. Like, what could I have done differently to change the outcome of that situation? And sometimes some stuff is not in our hand, but when it comes to you and the action, pause y'all, why am I so sassy though? Like, who do I think I am? That you put out, and what you say, and the way you behave, your morals, all of that stuff, that is stuff that you can control. But what other people do, you can't control. But what you do, you can't control. Alright, so now that we know the difference between a negative trait and a flaw, I'm going to give you guys an exercise that you can do to help improve your negative trait. So this will just help you with them. So what you're gonna need is a piece of paper and a pen, or you can do it in your phone if you don't want to get a piece of paper. And that's why I said subscribe, so you can come back and look at this video, so you can do this exercise. So alright, so what you're gonna need is a piece of paper, and you're just gonna make 3 columns. So your chart should look like this one right here. Alright you guys, so the first column is going to be negative traits, and in this column you're going to list all your negative traits. And during this process, you got to be honest. It's just you by yourself, nobody's watching you. You just have to list all negative traits, and that's whether it's, you know, lashing out on people, cursing people out, lying, being selfish, you know, anything like that that's like attacking your character, that's not allowing you to be the best you that you can be. you need to write it on a piece of paper, and you don't have to share this with anybody. And once you have all your negative traits written down, the next column is going to be the why column, and this column is going to either be why do you feel like you have this trait, like where did you get it from, like who, what, when, where, how. So it could be why do you have this trait, where did you pick it up from, how did this become a part of your personality, whatever you want to put right there to help you understand why this trait is negative, basically. And then the last column, that's going to be our fix it column. So what are you going to do to fix your negative trait? So like I said, if your negative trait is lying, then a way that you can fix it is to be more honest. Just to be more honest. And you know, if lying is one of your negative traits, I mean, I guess you would still kind of lie. And I'm not saying everybody don't lie, because everybody tell white lies. But if you got it bad, like you like a compulsive liar out here, like you trying to live double lives and stuff like that, you need to write that on your paper, because we're gonna help you. So yeah, I know I'm like smiling and stuff, but I'm being serious, y'all, for real. So you want to work on those things. And anytime you feel unmotivated or negative, or you feel like you're taking a step back instead of taking a step forward, you just want to go over your list. And you can keep this list anywhere. You can put it on your mirror, you can keep it in your phone, like I said, or you can just have it in a private place where only you see it. Alright, you guys, so that wraps up this video. I hope you guys really picked up something from this episode. And even if you guys don't want to leave a comment down below on a subject that you want me to touch on, you can definitely message me privately. You can definitely message me privately on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram here. Yeah. So yeah, thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to click that subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.